Okay, so big news from FX. I guess you could say, well, Fox in general, but two new shows are coming to FX, and they're both X-Men related, apparently. Now, yes, we can all collectively roll our eyes because Fox has said we're going to do this. We're going to do this X-Men show and this X-Men show and this X-Men show. But these two, one more so than the other, look like they're going to be getting a lot of push to come to the small screen. And those two shows, I'll talk about the one that looks like it's going to have more leeway than the other one, and that one is Legion. Not Legion from the Angel show. We got that from Dominion already. No, I'm talking about the X-Man Legion, David Haller, who is the psychotic son of Charles Xavier. Now, they have announced that FX has ordered a pilot, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, what do I think of an X-Men, of a possible show about Legion? First of all, Legion? Just Legion. Just the psychopath. Alright, whatever. We're gonna have the son of Xavier be the main focus of the show. Now, he has had, ongoings and titles centered around him and showing how fucking crazy he is. But really, I don't know how you do a show. Don't make it a crime drama. Please don't make it a crime drama. I am so sick of making superhero shows into crime dramas. I can give it leeway to Flash because Barry Allen's a, forensic scientist from the get-go. But really, something like Lucifer, the Neil Gaiman character, the Neil Gaiman series, and turn that into a crime show? Is that even going, by the way? Is that even still going, or did that get cut down? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, just don't make it a crime drama. I would actually say this and the other show would work better as something along the lines of, like, American Horror Story. Those kind of, like, gothic tones, those dark gothic tones. And because this is a guy who's just mentally one of the most powerful mutants on the planet, and he's mentally unstable and son of another very powerful mutant as well. So, if you're going to do anything, I would say, focus it around his mentality and him just traveling around, trying to find his place in the world and try to escape from his own demons in his head. So, that's what I have to say about Legion on a whole, is that you kind of need to do a show around that. It's just a madman running around, the son of Xavier who's mentally unstable and has all these powers, kind of drifting from town to town, trying to fix his madness. Or if you want to do a bigger story, I guess it would be something like, because he has been a villain before. He has been a villain in it. He tries to do the own right thing. I mean, hell, he's the reason why Age of Apocalypse happened, because he traveled back in time to try to kill Magneto for his father, and then ended up accidentally killing his own. He tried to kill Magneto, but instead killed Xavier in the process, and then created the Age of Apocalypse universe in his wake. But yeah, I think there's some potential here. I don't know. Legion's never been a character that I've really much cared for, but I will say I'll give it the benefit of the doubt, assuming this pilot goes off without a hitch. So let's talk about the other show that they're talking about, that Fox and Marvel are kind of like half in about, and that's a show only called Hellfire. Now I can only assume, unless they're using it as another name, as like a code name to hide something else. It looks like, we might get a show on the Hellfire Club, which I was like, really? A superpowered villain show? Okay, we haven't had one of those in a while, which I'm all for. If it really is the Hellfire Club, I'm very much for it. Now, the big question is, do you bring in Emma and Sebastian Shaw? Do you use them, or do you go with other characters? Since we already had, them in First Class, and if this is going to be around this X-Men universe, the only ones in this new X-Men series that are canon is X-Men First Class and Days of Future Past. So, that and the Wolverine. I think the Wolverine is too, but let's not go into that. But yeah, that would mean that Sebastian Shaw and apparently Emma Frost have both been killed off. So, maybe what you can do is one of two things. Instead of focus on Sebastian Shaw and Emma Frost, you have Sebastian's son, Shinobi Shaw, and you have Selene, the Black Queen, also there as another member, and you can bring in You can bring in Leland, you can bring in Donald Price, you can bring in other characters as well in this new Hellfire Club, both mutant and, cybernetically enhanced, and even, some of them were even magically empowered. So there's really so many different ways you can go with this. They did say that it may be a period piece, because, yeah, the Hellfire Club's been around they've been around for quite a while, for the most part. But yeah, that's the big question, is where do you take place? Do you do, like, what you could do is maybe do, like, the origin of the Hellfire Club in this X-Men universe, and have a younger Sebastian Shaw build up the Hellfire Club? Or, yeah, they didn't exactly call them, now that I think about it, they didn't exactly call themselves the Hellfire Club. I think they just called themselves the Brotherhood of Mutants, if anything, in X-Men First Class. Yeah, I don't think they called themselves the Hellfire Club. I could be wrong, though. It's been a while since I've watched First Class. Not that I don't want to, it's just that I've seen it enough, and I probably should get back to watching it. It's played on FX all the damn time. But yeah, that's kind of the thing going off in my head, is that where do you go with this? Where do you go with this series exactly? I mean, I'm actually for Shinobi Shaw putting this Hellfire Club together, and them, doing horrible deeds. Something I would say, like, make it kind of like another FX show, Tyrant. Make it a lot like Tyrant, or something as dark as, like, American Horror Story. Because that's the thing, like, it's not, FX is a lot different from Fox. They actually give their shows, and granted, a lot of their shows are really damn good. They give their shows a chance to breathe. It's not like on Fox, even though it's under the Fox network, they, FX and FXX give their shows the opportunity to breathe out and do more. They give them the opportunity to do more than, just this. They do more than, what's the word I'm looking for? They do more than just a few episodes and be like, oh, cancelled, lol, lol, lol. They give them the chance to do so much more with their show. So, I actually think there's a possibility, with the Legion pilot on FX, and also talk of, Why the Last Man also possibly getting an FX show. I'm actually thinking, hot damn, there may be a possibility for this. As for the Hellfire Club, a bit weird, and it could, for all we know, it could be, like I said, a code name for them to keep the real show under wraps, like maybe an X-Force show, or the X-Factor show they talked about here and there. Could be a number of things, but if it is a Hellfire Club show, make it kind of like a superpower version of Tyrant or Game of Thrones. That's the best way you could go with a Hellfire Club TV show. Make it like, again, Tyrant or Game of Thrones, with everyone against one another, and trying to all play the game. Yeah. So what do you guys think of all this news? Do you guys like the idea of a Legion TV show and or a Hellfire Club TV show? Do you think it'll be a Hellfire Club show? And if so, who would you want in this Hellfire Club inner circle? Just comment below, let me know. So many questions for this one, so really curious to see what you guys have to say about all this. But anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.